Amtrak is getting closer to starting passenger rail service in Mobile, but there's a piece of the puzzle, the funding puzzle, that's not in place. There is no money in the state budget to help subsidize the Amtrak service. That is despite the fact that Mobile City Council members expected Alabama Governor Kay Ivey to chip in. She had expressed an openness to splitting the cost with the city of Mobile and the Port of Mobile in the coming budget year.
Dale Jackson here for Yellowhammer Now, and it has finally happened. It is well-deserved, and it has finally happened. The city of Mobile is going to get stuck holding the bag for this stupid train that is supposed to go from Mobile to Mardi Gras, and that's really all it's about. So it's a bunch of wine moms getting on a train and going to New Orleans, having a hand grenade, getting back on the train, and riding back. A trip that's going to take place a total of one time per person. And they want the state to pay $3 million for this. And hilariously, the Alabama legislature said, no thanks.
Mobile City Council members expected Alabama Governor Kay Ivey to chip in. She had expressed an openness to splitting the cost with the city of Mobile and the Port of Mobile in the coming budget year. But Amtrak money was not in the budget she submitted or the spending plan that passed the State House of Representatives. And it's not in the version that the State Senate is expected to vote on today. State Senator Greg Albritton, chairman of the General Fund Budget Committee, says skyrocketing costs in health care programs for the poor and children are crowding out room for Amtrak and other needs. That's even as enrollment in those health programs, he says, has declined.
The biggest challenge has been Medicaid. The huge increase that Medicaid has had has threw us for a loop. That's where the dancing and adjustments have created the biggest problem. So we're covering less people, but it's costing us more.
Fox 10 News tried to get clarification from the governor's office. We have not yet heard back.
You kind of have to give it to the local leadership. I'm kind of proud of them for owning the fact that they're still hoping that the governor of the state of Alabama, Kay Ivey, will give them $3 million, even though it wasn't budgeted. And when they talked to the people that did budget it, those individuals said, yeah, we don't have the money for this. Well, the reason why they don't have the money for this is because it's stupid. It's a waste of money, and nobody should want this at all. Amtrak operates at a loss. The only way this works is if the city pays Amtrak for all the fares in order to make it somewhat viable. And it's not going to work. It doesn't matter how much money they spend. This will never be a viable line, and it will be shut down in a couple of years at the loss of millions of dollars. Let's nip it in the bud and shut it down now. It's not going to work. It was never going to work. It is never going to work. And Governor Kay Ivey, do not give them this money. They have to learn their lesson. Municipalities have to learn their lesson. They can't keep getting bailed out by the state and the federal government. This is a stupid boondoggle that they have to swallow.
Every year in Alabama, we miss out on between $65 and $90 million in tax revenue by not legalizing sports betting here in our state. Money that can be used to improve our roads and bridges, or elevate our school systems and support our first responders. Contact your legislator to ensure sports betting is legalized in Alabama. Learn more at betonalabama.com.